or do you want,
Yeah, I got it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our essential oils class. I am Brooke Branch, and I'm here with my sidekick and partner in crime, Dr. Amy Moore. So we're each going to tell you a little bit of background about us. I am a mom of two 13-year-old boys, both of which have special needs in their own way. One is has high-functioning autism, and it's been a challenge, but the oils have really helped. And I've been doing this for almost 5 years now. I got started because my kids had really bad allergies and I was searching for something natural. So I ended up, all the research led me to doTERRA. And then right after that, I found that Amy was working with doTERRA. I saw a post that she posted on Facebook. I went to her house Thanksgiving Day 4.5 years ago and got the biggest package I possibly could and said, I need to, this needs to work for my kids. I need natural solutions. I don't want to use the steroid sprays that were recommended by the doctors and the Allegra. I said, my boys are 8 years old. There's no way I'm giving them like steroid spray and Allegra every day. So it just didn't seem right to me. So I made this nasal spray for them with just tea tree oil and frankincense and lavender and water. And it really worked. And it was so empowering as a mom. And if I, and I already thought that I wanted to maybe try this as a business, but I wanted to see if it worked first. And once it worked, I was like, okay, I am off and running. I am empowered, so empowered as a mom, caring for my kids naturally. I need to tell everyone about this. And I still am doing that, and it's still working in so many ways. I've tried the oils for everything, immune support and mood uplifting and keeping my kids focused in, especially virtual school-wise. And it's just been such an amazing journey. So that's me. I wanted to introduce you to Dr. Amy. You can, let everyone know who you are.
Hi, everybody. So thank you guys so much for being here and taking your time to join us. Brooke and I, as she was saying, she's selling herself a little short. She's leaving out that she's a professional network marketer. So she's a network marketing professional. And what she does is when she finds something that she's really passionate about, she tells the world, and she's a dynamo, and she's an amazing, amazing, amazing person to work with. So if you're connected with Brooke in any way, and you know her, if you know her, like she's amazing, right? So she's teaching the world, which makes me super happy because when I got involved doing this business, I've been a licensed psychotherapist for about 21 years. I have a PhD and a master's degree in family therapy. And so that basically means that I'm an expert at family relationships and systems. And I've been helping people for 21 years, right? So I had my daughter. I'm also a single mom. And when I had my daughter and I was so postpartum and had really bad depression of my own after helping, people for years and years, but I had my own issues with it. So I kind of knew it was coming, but I couldn't leave the house. And a friend of mine who was also a psychotherapist came and brought some oils. And she was like, you have to try this. And I thought she was crazy town for trying. I'm like, I can't leave the house and I'm like overwhelmed all the time. And you want me to put in what? You want me to use an oil? Like, okay. And, but I did. She was like, well, everything you put on your skin, it goes into your bloodstream and it's really good for mood. It's an emotional aromatherapy blend. And I was like, whatever. So I tried it, and within like 10 to 15 minutes, this weight lifted off of my chest, and I immediately knew that it was so profound that if it helped me with my depression in that moment when I was in abject blackness in an abusive relationship with a brand new baby and about to be a single mom, like at the precipice of destruction, and it helped, I knew that I had to tell all my clients and that I had to somehow incorporate this into my business. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't want to sell anything. I'm a therapist. And then, so Brooke was, a professional. And I was like, perfect. Sure, she knew exactly how to, run this business, and really we've grown a lot together, and now it's actually taken on a life of its own. And I'm not just a psychotherapist, but I'm a mom, and I found that the oils worked tremendously well with my clients, but also as a parent, and to be able to turn to these solutions, and they're really safe and totally simple and no side effects, and my toxic load is lower, and just all kinds of benefits that have just been. And then financially, working with Brooke in the business, like I said, I'm a therapist. What do I want to sell oils for? But then I started realizing, actually, I have the ability to empower people and help people in between, supplement their therapy, supplement their sessions in between their doctor's visits, because it's keeping me healthier, and my doctor's visits are fewer and far between, and it's helping me with raise my daughter. So like, I don't see how over time it just became this thing where I don't see how I can't talk about it to everyone, because anyone and everyone could benefit from having less toxins in their house, and simple, safe solutions that are really effective and are pennies on the dollar, and like saving me so much money in other aspects of my life. So I started to really realize that it wasn't about like, oh, I'm a therapist, but I'm selling something. It was really about, I'm a therapist, but my actual job is coaching people toward their highest good, and things that are going to help them and make their life easier, not harder, help them have more ease and wellness, not sickness. And traditional psychotherapy is really about keeping people sick so that they can keep coming, and their insurance, I mean, it's a whole thing, it's a racket, and it wasn't in alignment. And this became like such a natural transition for me. So now, why I thank you guys so much for being here, because I'm so passionate about helping people learn, because it's a whole new language, to go, oh, and it's like a new instinct, because we're sort of programmed to go, oh, my head hurts, I need Tylenol, right? Like, we're programmed because we're looking at constant advertisements, constant commercials and media telling us what we should be afraid of and what we need to buy to make it better. And it's like brainwashing. And I, now that I've been, kind of having incorporated these oils into my life, I now realize, and I use the medications totally differently, my doctors differently. So it's great when people learn how they can empower themselves to supplement all the work that they're doing with their doctors, and really blend traditional and modern medicine together. And so I love talking about that, and I can do it forever. So so hopefully you guys will all be inspired and learn something new, and feel like my goal is for everybody to walk away and think, oh, okay, it's different than what I thought, and maybe that is useful, and maybe I could try that and see how that could affect my life too.
So thank you
With
for the
that,
glowing compliments. I didn't even have to pay you for that. I was trying to just keep it, as fast as possible.
sorry.
That's okay. Lots of important stuff to say, so it's hard to know what to leave out. That's the problem. We just want to give all the information. And so speaking of that, I'm going to share my screen, and I'll show you our presentation, which will, I'll start, right? And then you'll chime in. We decided.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just put it into slideshow mode. And again, if you could just keep an eye on the chat and everything. All right, can everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first of all, if we don't know you, could you type in the chat your name and where you're joining us from and what you hope to learn from the class, and Amy can take a look at that and let me know. And even if we do know you, you can still say what you hope to learn from the class. Fran, that means you.
Fran.
Okay, and then I will just go to the next slide. And then we usually, if we were in person right now, we would be saying, write down your top 3 health concerns, and we want to be able to help you with those health concerns. So just keep them in mind, and please ask questions as we're going. You can type them in the chat also, so Amy can take a look at them there. And also keep in mind who is in your life that you love, who are your friends that could really use this information as we're going through it, because we'll have some information later about perks for hosting your own virtual class, which, as you can see, is pretty easy. All you do is invite people and we do the rest. We do all the posts, we do the presentation, and all you have to do is invite your loved ones. So that is good. And we want to make sure that we cover everything so that you are concerned with. So let us know if we don't at the end as well. So, you know, we had our introduction. Our intention is for you to be empowered to use these natural solutions with your family, for yourself, and not, you know, and not always have to run to the traditional, you know, modern day option, like Amy said, to use the natural version first. doTERRA says that 80% of your health and wellness issues can be solved with oils or natural solutions. And we've really found that to be the case. And in many cases, they work a lot better with fewer side effects. So we are obviously big fans. Now, the essential oils are very safe. They, like I just said, they don't have side effects. When the pharmaceutical ads come on the TV, my 13-year-old boys are trained to boo. They boo all the ads, except my husband's in media. So some of them, he says, you know, pay our bills. So he's like, no, you can't boo that one. They pay our bills. He's like, they're like, oh, okay. But otherwise they boo everything. So they're totally trained to like, look, listen to all those side effects. I'm like, I know. So they're extracted from plants. And they are certified pure therapeutic grade. And what that means is that they have no additives, no fillers. They're completely beyond organic. You can trust them even to take internally, as we'll talk about soon. And what makes us different is that we stand behind our quality. There's no regulation by any governing body about quality when it comes to oils. So it can literally be, you know, at the stores, online, whatever. It can be anything. It could say anything on the bottle and be anything inside. So you have to be really careful about what you're buying, because we always joke that, you know, it may say like 100% pure therapeutic grade, and it can literally be like the breeze inside. So you really have to be careful of what you're getting. You can tell by, can it be taken internally, is one way that you can tell, because no company is going to say on the side of their bottle that you can, with supplement facts like we have here, you know, that something can be taken internally if, you know, they could die from it, probably because there's so many chemicals in it and additives. So we also are the only company that you can type in the lot number on the bottom of any of our oils, and it shows on our site all the testing that's been done, third-party testing, like 57 different tests, and from our team of scientists too. And so you know that it's completely pure. So that's really what sets us apart. Now let's talk about energy. And peppermint is a big one for energy. So if you were in person with us, we would give you some peppermint on your hand, a drop of that. You rub it together and then you breathe it in, which is amazing. I wish that you guys could smell that right now, because it clears your whole, you know, your sinuses. It wakes you up. You can put a little on your thumb and put it on the roof of your mouth for freshening breath. And you can also put it on the back of your neck to cool you off. It helps with bugs in the summertime. It helps with headaches. It helps with digestion if you drink some in your water. So it does a lot. Amy, do you have anything to add about peppermint?
I was just gonna say nausea, like to any tummy issues, head issues, tension, sore muscles, Charlie horses.
Yeah, it does a lot. It's one of my favorites. Every time I give someone a sample, I take one too, because I love it so much. And these little symbols, the A, T, and I, means it can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. We're going to talk more about those 3 things a little later on. So I'm going to go to the next slide. Okay, so these, three cool things about essential oils. The second one is they're effective. So they address the root of the problem going into the cell to kind of like a lock and key. Our body is made up of natural chemicals, and these oils are made up of natural chemicals. So these oils know how to permeate the cell membrane and get in there and do whatever they need to do to boost your immune system, to help your mood, whatever it may be. And we have On Guard, which is our immune boosting blend that has cinnamon and clove and wild orange and all these great oils that are very, very antibacterial, antiviral. I'm probably not allowed to say that, but I'm saying it because we're supposed to be compliant, because we can't make, medical claims. So if you hear us trying to talk around things, just try to like read between the lines. A lot of cases I just barrel right through. I probably shouldn't, but anyway, and it can be used all three ways. It can be, we're going to talk about, like I said, the three ways, but you can put it in honey, you can put it in tea. I put it sometimes in water if I'm feeling like I'm coming down with something. And it soothes your irritated throat. You can make cleaning products out of it. We have a ton of different products, some of which are behind me. Soaps, cleaner concentrate, laundry detergent, things like that, because they're all naturally immune boosting. So, Amy, do you want to go into more detail about the cellular part of it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to misspeak, but essentially our cells have an oily membrane around them, right? And two things attack those cells. They're viruses and bacteria. And bacteria sort of floats around the cell outside,
Like the
right?
little
And
purple thing?
that's the purple thing.
Okay.
Right. And so when we get an antibiotic, antibiotics are water based. And so they are pretty effective when we have something that's bacterial. But if you've ever been to the doctor and you've had something like a virus and they've said, well, we can't, there's nothing we can really do, it has to run its course. That's because the antibiotics are water based and they can't penetrate that oily membrane around our cell. But essential oils are able to adhere to, fuse to, manipulate the membrane, because they're oil. So it's oil and oil can mix, right? And so certain oils in particular, like tea tree oil and the On Guard oil, because it has cinnamon and clove and rosemary and eucalyptus. Melissa is another really good one, Manuka. They're able to modify essentially that oily membrane, helping the cells stop the virus from duplicating in the inside of the cell. So and I've been putting it on my daughter's feet since she was 3 months old. So I take it internally. As Brooke mentioned, there's 3 ways that we use oils. We eat them, wear them, and smell them. And we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about how and why you would use each way. But with this one, because it boosts your immune system, and right now with everything going on in the world, health-wise, we want to have our immune system as strong as possible. We want to have our cells as strong as possible, and we want to be able to support our respiratory system in case we get anything home with us. So to boost our immune system, we want to be using as much On Guard as possible, because that's what it does. Its sole purpose is boosting our immune system and strengthening us so that we're protected against environmental threats. So therefore, I take it internally in a soft gel. I put it on the bottoms of my daughter's feet before we leave the house. I also diffuse it in every room in the house so that any germs that come home with us are off. They, kind of kill the germs in the air, essentially. So if we do bring anything in, it's going to get killed when it comes into my air. And we also apply it topically, as I said, on her feet. And then I have a spray, and we spray our hands down, and we spray down everything while we're out in public right now. So, and then for strengthening our cells and cellular support, we have, other oils for that, and then other oils for respiratory.
Sanitizing mist that, and I'm showing tomorrow, I'm going to do a live on how to make your own as well. So there's a DIY recipe that I'm going to post. So stay tuned for that.
Um,
But I,
so,
I sprayed
hold on one
down the
second.
cart.
Hold on one second. Fran asked if On Guard could be put in a smoothie, and yes,
Yes,
Fran, to answer your question, you can put On Guard in water, tea, juice,
anything.
honey, a smoothie, whatever. I take the
Oatmeal.
cocktail because it also has Melissa, black pepper, and oregano in it. It's called On Guard Plus.
Yeah.
So I'm just used to taking that every single day. I take that proactively, whether I'm sick or not. And then if I feel like I'm getting a little bit like something's coming, I take extra. But you can take the oil straight under your tongue even. However you want to ingest it is fine. Um, Topically, I would dilute it with a fractionated coconut oil, which is like this, or you could use grapeseed oil or avocado oil, so
It's
that
not oiled, so
it
you don't
doesn't
want to
burn
use
your
it
skin.
directly on your skin.
Yeah. Um,
Oops. It's very touchy. Okay, so well, before I just wanted to say one more thing about the On Guard is that I can't tell you how many times I felt like I was coming down with something, and I put it on my neck, I drank it, I put it on my feet, I diffused it, I just used it every way I possibly could,
yeah, and it's
along
gone.
with oregano and melaleuca, and by the next day, it's gone. So, and with my kids too, oh, my ear hurts. I just put some oils around it. Next day, gone. So many times, even one application, although in that case, I would use it every few hours during the day. That's what I did when I was away. I took it every few hours. I put it on my neck. And then when I got home, I diffused it. I drank it, and yeah, it was pretty amazing because you know that feeling when your throat starts hurting or your ears, that connection between your ears and your throat, and yeah, gone. So pretty amazing. We have all kinds of recipes for that, but On Guard, even in and of itself, is amazing. So let's move on to the next. Okay. So essential oils are affordable. Like Amy mentioned before, you really don't need a lot of it. It's certainly a lot cheaper than paying all those copays and everything else for your traditional, running to the doctor every 2 seconds. When you have this magic box of oils, my kids call me Magic Mommy, then you can take care of so much that you don't have to run to the doctor every year. I mean, obviously our healthcare system is very, doesn't work very well. And essential oils, because they're so pure and potent, you don't need a lot of them. So really, it's just pennies per dose. And lavender itself is great for calming the mind, obviously, but also for calming the skin. So for burns, for rashes, for any kinds of irritations at all, lavender is my go-to. I make a roller bottle that has about 20 drops of lavender in it, and then I fill the rest with the liquefied coconut oil, and I have that in every room upstairs in my house because my kids are always needing it, like, oh, I have a hangnail, oh, I have a rash, whatever it is, lavender with the coconut oil. And it even could go straight on skin for older kids and adults, but I would dilute for younger kids. Do you have anything else to say about lavender, Aim?
I mean, I'm just putting it on right now I have
Very calming.
I have a bad, so it's like I think it was from mascara. So I think it's like an infection in my eye, but it's also allergy related, I think. I don't know. But it's so much better now than it was. So I'm putting lavender here and
Oh,
here.
yeah, thanks for the reminder. That's what I've been doing for Quinn because my son gets seasonal allergies, and I give him our Tri-Ease soft gels, which are lemon, lavender, and peppermint inside. That's all it is. And then I also diffuse those oils at night for him. And when his eyes are itchy, I use that roller bottle that I just talked about with the lavender and coconut oil around his eyes. And it helps with conjunctivitis too. I probably shouldn't have
And
said that.
pink eye.
When your
Yep.
eye's really red, um,
Yeah.
it helps. So does anyone have any questions so far or chat?
And I'm in the chat box at the questions, and Summer had wanted to know if there's any can oils have a negative interaction if someone is on prescription medication? I'll take that. So first I would say you always, when in doubt, ask your doctor. I mean, there's no substitute for, besides peace of mind, but also just in terms of liability, you don't want to ever recommend to somebody or yourself, you know what I'm saying? You want to always be sure. If you're not sure, talk to your doctor. I am not your guru. No, I'm just kidding.
But in most cases, no, there aren't interactions. Some
But no,
people are
yeah.
concerned with grapefruit and cholesterol medication, but it's the rind of the grapefruit, not the fruit. So, you know, but I tell people err on the side of caution if that concerns you, and just don't use that particular oil. But in general, I
But
have,
I've never in 5 years, and
right,
I have like 800 people in my organization, I've never ever had one person tell me that they had an negative interaction with their
right,
medication.
right, because they work in totally different ways. It's kind of like, you know, two ships passing in the night. So, all right, let's move on. So there are 3 ways to use essential oils, as we've touched on. So one is aromatic, so that helps with mood, which is Amy's forte. So you can use citrus oils for that, great for uplifting mood. And then cleansing the air. So if you put On Guard or other immune boosting oils in the diffuser, it kind of coats everything in the house. So even if one person gets sick, no one else does. I can't tell you how many times my one twin has gotten sick, and they share everything, cups, and they share a room and whatever. They're wrestling all the time. When one gets sick, the other usually does not, because I start putting the On Guard on their feet and I diffuse the On Guard and other immune boosting oils. And sure enough, there's, you know, the other one doesn't get sick. Breathe is another oil that is great for diffusing. I like that for my snoring husband at night. I put that right by his head. And
Like
I
how you're
like,
like whispering, you're like, for my husband.
because I hear him out there. I don't want him to come in again, so I'm trying not to incite him. Um,
So
so,
funny.
and then the breathe oil also, I love putting it around in the shower, like a spa. It has eucalyptus and cardamom and something called Ravinsara and peppermint. It has a bunch of different great oils for the respiratory system. You can put it topically too on your chest with a little.
Oh my God, that baby. Oh my God, can you see these babies?
I know.
Is everybody seeing these babies?
Okay, so next would be your page.
Yay. Okay, so this is actually, no, let me make sure I have to move this over so that I can see the whole slide. Okay. Yeah, so it's just, there's nothing on the other side of adaptive, right?
Right.
Okay. So I love this. I love this. This is my recommendation. So obviously, you know, for obvious reasons, I specialize in helping people, you know, figure out which oils to use for their emotional well-being. You know, and I incorporate into my psychotherapy sessions kind of like wellness coaching with my clients, and I'll help them get things that they need for what they're dealing with. So a lot of the people that I work with have anxiety and depression. Those are the 2 most common things. Now, anxiety is like an umbrella. So under the umbrella of anxiety lives like social anxiety, agoraphobia, panic disorder, PTSD. I'm a trauma specialist of sorts, and so I do a lot of work with people with high stress and high conflict, and so one of the things that I recommend a lot is our new system called Adaptive, and it is a 3-part system with 2 oils. One's in a roller, so you can apply it and take it with you on the go, and the other one is an oil that you diffuse. Now, on the other side of the olfactory bulb, like when you're breathing, right on the other side of where you breathe in is the limbic part of your brain, which is where all your emotions live. So when you diffuse oils or put them in your hand and breathe them in like a hand inhalation, that goes right to the olfactory bulb to the limbic system, which sends a signal to the amygdala, which is the alarm bell, to calm down or to feel some sort of way. And really, like, even emotions are molecules and the oils are molecules. And so again, back to that chemistry, communicating with chemistry through chemistry. So anyway, so the oil, when you smell it's going to help your mood. When you apply it topically, it's going to go in your bloodstream. And the third component to this system is a pill, a supplement. And the supplement is different ingredients, but in the supplement, one of the ingredients is called GABA, And we know from research that GABA helps basically stop that receptor of telling your brain that it's anxious and stressed. And also it has selenium root and ahi flower. And so these natural plant properties in the capsule help promote overall mental wellness. And back in the fall, when I did a study on it, the participants, primarily over about 100 people, all had, very amazing results and felt, more calm, less worry, more relaxed. Side benefit of improved sleep. The only real negative thing was that people were a little bit more angry, and that I explained to them is what happens when your fears and your worries subside and you can actually concentrate on what's really going on. So what and how I explain what the adaptive system does to people when you take the pill internally and apply it topically and diffuse it, you still have anxious thoughts, but you don't feel the physiological effects of this constant inner, like that, right? You
Like
just
a coat of armor, I call it. It's like, it just feels.
okay, like you can watch the thoughts go across your head. So what doTERRA did was they just launched a new app, and this app has content in it for the adaptive to help you keep track of your mental wellness. There's biofeedback, which uses your voice to determine if you've made progress. There's mindfulness, meditation content, journaling, affirmations, all kinds of content to help you maintain your mental wellness goals. And they've made it so that there's actually even, a way to get started with just that particular set of
But
oils.
not yet though.
Oh, okay.
It's in
So,
a beta form right now. They're revamping it.
okay. So at some point soon, the rest of the public will be able to test this out. And when combined with copaiba, that's why copaiba is on here, is because copaiba helps reduce worrisome thoughts. But it also is one of the essential oils that kind of does everything. It passes the blood-brain barrier. So everything that you use with it, it brings it across your blood-brain barrier, goes into your bloodstream, and it's a lot more effective in your body. And so it's good for all the systems, the endocrine system, the immune system, the central nervous system. And it operates very much like CBD, which we've all kind of, it's the rage right now. But it's not an extract from the hemp plant. It's an essential oil of a tree. However, the chemical constituents are cannabinoids that help in our endocannabinoid system, but have no THC in them. So there's no possible psychoactive properties, and it's pure, and all kinds of, there's incredible benefits for pain and inflammation and immune support and all kinds of support for the whole body. So you can use that in oil form or in pill form. I like to take the pill, the copaiba. I actually take 2 copaibas, 2 On Guard soft gels, and an adaptive every day. And then Balance and Serenity are other really good oils for calming. For Serenity, for people that have issues with sleep, and for Balance, for people that have kind of like an anxiety that's more of a mood instability, because some depression manifests as anxiety. And so Balance is good for that, for those people, because it's more of a stabilizer. And I also recommend frankincense with that, and some lime, and any citrus with depression, because citrus, if you take like the Citrus Bliss, for example, which I believe is free this month if you get started with Brookie, right? It's her extra free oil for everybody for being a super extra rock star in Diamond Club. I'm so proud of her. Anyway, the citrus oils are happiness in a bottle, for real.
Bliss.
And I love Balance with lime. Lime and anything makes me super happy. I have lime and spearmint in my diffuser right now. So yeah, those are just some of the oils that I recommend for if you're working on mood support.
And sleep, which
And
usually
sleep.
goes hand in hand, because a lot of people have anxiety, right? And then they can't sleep because they're ruminating thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So especially these days, And then another way we can use the oils, which we touched on, is topically. So if you want localized support somewhere, so like I said, if you have a rash, if you have a stomach ache, things like that, you can put on whatever the oil is with some coconut oil, and it keeps it in that area longer. It doesn't dissipate into the air as fast. It's also better for sensitive skin, and some oils are considered hot oils, so you would want to dilute those. So deep blue, you don't want to take internally. See how it just has the A and the T because it has wintergreen in it. But that one helps to soothe achy muscles and joints, and it helps with the root cause of, you know, whatever the issue is that you have. It's not just covering it up with an icy hot feeling like something you'd buy at the store. And what else? It's kind of like a natural Bengay type thing. And then Digest Zen is the one that I was mentioning. You could put on your belly with some coconut oil. That can be taken, that can be put in the diffuser. I like it when I'm feeling nauseous. I use that. I put that up to my nose and mouth and breathe that in. It's what we call the human diffuser. And then topically, on like when my kids wake up in the middle of the night and they are not feeling, you know, they say their stomach hurts, I put the Digest Zen with a little coconut oil on their belly, and they're back to sleep within 5 minutes. Occasional nausea, digestion, you know, help with mealtime indigestion and things like that. The coconut oil, I should mention, is, and Amy, you had it with you, right? I don't know where.
Right here.
Here it is. So yeah, so it's called fractionated coconut oil. The fatty lipids have been taken out. It's basically liquefied coconut oil. So that's what you can use to make these roller bottle remedies and things like that, because you can't really use the one that solidifies at room temperature. So this is what we recommend to get for diluting, just putting on your skin, to dilute it for kids and people with sensitive skin, or for hot oils, or also for making those roller bottle remedies. And usually in our classes, everyone comes in and makes their own roller bottle remedy, but obviously we can't do that here. So, and then we have a chiropractor, Dr. Drew, on our team, and this is his recommendation. He really likes the deep blue blend that we mentioned earlier, the copaiba, which is also, it's good for stress and anxiety and calming, like Amy talked about, but it's also great for pain and inflammation. So, because remember, it's like a CBD oil. So that's great combined with the deep blue. And then lemongrass he really likes. That's great for anything tendon related, like tennis elbow or things like that. He really likes this blend. He first found it for plantar fasciitis. So the arch of his foot was really, really hurting. He could hardly walk. He put that combination on, and it was like 50% better. And then it just kept getting better and better after that from reapplication. So that's his big recommendation. I also really like Aroma Touch, which I have diffusing right now because I love the smell so much, but it's really, that's what I use when I'm doing Zumba and I start to feel like a pinch in my, you know, upper back or something like that. I really like this. It has basil, marjoram, peppermint, and a couple other things in it, and it smells like a summer garden. It's great. It's our massage blend. So that's great thrown in with those other ones too, and all of those could be put into a roller bottle as well. So, this one also, if I have cramps, like Charlie horse type cramps in my calves or something, if I wake up and stretch and I'm like, oh my God, Charlie horse, I have this by my bedside and I rub it on and it instantly goes away. I'd say like 20 seconds, it's gone. And any of these oils probably would do the same thing. I think lemongrass especially, I've seen that happens too. And varicose veins, lemongrass and Aroma Touch are also really good for that too. Internally, we talked about it, only use the highest quality oils internally, obviously. These are the only ones I would ever trust to give to my children. Lemon is a great detoxifier, so you can put that in water, and it's just an easy way to reduce your toxic load, take out some of the toxins that are in your body from all these products that we use every day, and cleaning your home with it too, along with On Guard actually is great. You can put in a spray bottle with water and spray your whole house down. And lemon is great for anything greasy or sticky, just cuts right through it. You can put it in veggie caps, any oils in veggie caps, which are these little empty capsules. Can you see that? And so you just open it up and you put this is stuck together from so many times of using it, but you put the drops of oil, whatever you want to take internally. If we don't have it in a soft gel, you can make your own by putting like 2 drops of lemon, 2 drops of On Guard or whatever in it, and then take it internally that way. So if you don't like the taste of it, you don't want to put it in water and drink it that way, you can put it in a veggie cap. So that's another option for internal.
You have to, if you are using lemon, you want to make sure that it's in glass or stainless. Any citrus, because the plastic is the citrus is too powerful for it. It'll pull the toxins into the water. So it's glass or stainless if you're going to drink citrus.
Right. It pulls toxins out of your body, but it also pulls toxins out of plastic cup in a cup and goes into your body.
Thank you.
And what else was I going to say? Oh, frankincense is called the king of oils. So we have to talk about that. It does a lot. It promotes calm feelings. A lot of what we talked about for copaiba can also be said for frankincense. And it's great for the nervous system. So I always had my mother-in-law who had Alzheimer's, putting it on the back of her neck and on the bottoms of her feet. It really helps with memory, with brain fog. You can put a drop under your tongue every day or whenever you're feeling that brain fog. And it also helps cells perform optimally. So it helps with abnormal cells, read between the lines. And also really, really great for skin. So anything skin related, I put it in my moisturizer. And I have a before and after picture of my father-in-law's head that I won't show you now, but he had a lot of those age spots on his bald head, and and I had him applying frankincense, and after like 2 months, they were like gone. No one can believe this. I mean, every class I have, I usually show the picture. So it's really amazing for skin in general. Anything else you would add, Aim?
Oh my God. I mean, no, you covered it. Frankincense.
Frankincense is, yeah, when in doubt, use frankincense. That's our saying at doTERRA. So this is one of my favorites. Overall health, foundational health, lifelong vitality pack, really important to touch on because it's our best seller for a reason. It's behind me. It's we have this 3-pack that helps with all 12 systems of the body. This one's a food nutrient complex that goes into your system as real food, not as just vitamins and minerals, and has essential oils in it as well. And then this one is the cellular vitality complex, helps with a lot of brain boosting amino acids and things like that, extracts. It has like sesame seed extract and pine bark extract and acetylcholine and coenzyme Q10, all these things that are great for the brain. I feel like my brain has been scrubbed after I take it. And the omega fatty acid blend, which also has, and all 3 of these have essential oils in them as well. So I always tell people, you know, if you want more energy, less pain, if you just feel like you need an overhaul on your health and you're not getting enough vitamins and minerals, you would take that. What's that?
I was saying same with mental health too. So anyone with any mental health issue, I also recommend to them working with these vitamins because they help bring your gut to a healthy ecosystem. So, and there's another one called Terrazyme and a probiotic that I also recommend for working with mental health.
Right, because gut health is tied to serotonin levels, right?
90% of our serotonin comes from the gut, not the brain. And so if our gut has a healthy ecosystem, then the serotonin can fire and communicate with the brain and the rest of the body. So
yeah, and I have digestive issues anyway. I don't have issues with depression, anxiety, so to speak. I mean, just the normal type of mom anxiety. So that's why I take the adaptive and I love it. But in terms of digestive issues, I have ulcerative colitis, and I use Terrazyme every day with every meal, 2 of them. And that really helps me to digest. It helps break down the food in your stomach. So it helps with, you know, any kind of like gas and bloating and indigestion and reflux or anything like that.
Processed foods like gluten, cheese, and McDonald's.
Right. It helps with that, you know, helps you digest foods that your body doesn't recognize. And also I heard, I saw, what's it called? Testimonial online last week about that someone took this for bone spurs, like 8 of them a day, and it got rid of their bone spurs. Yeah, like it apparently gut health is tied to everything. So she said the oils were not working and she was going to need surgery, and she started taking, she heard to take like a mega dose of the Terrazyme enzymes, and she ended up with no bone spurs and not needing surgery. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. But, and also I've been told my boys have those little bumps on the back of their arm, and I've been meaning to try that for them too, because everything's tied to gut health. A lot of times people will say, I have eczema or psoriasis or whatever. And I say, well, how is your gut health? Because that makes a big difference in your skin health too. So it's tied to everything. The probiotics are double coated and many are not. So they make it into your colon before they would dissolve in your stomach acids. They also have a prebiotic in them too, which helps the probiotic to proliferate in your colon and work that much better. So I take these every day. I give them to my boys. My husband was like, when he was working in the city, we keep them in his pocket every day. Like he has digestive issues too, and he swears by these. So I go through 3 or 4 bottles of these just for my own family per month.
Meanwhile, I take the kid version. It's like a pixie stick. It tastes like candy. It's called PB Assist Junior, and I take that.
It's meant for the under 10 crowd, but okay.
Wow, really starting
Don't judge.
to see a pattern here. I have to really, this is good. I'm glad this is the year of growing up.
All right, so we'll go to the next page. So does anyone have any questions before we talk about the 3 ways to get started with the oils?
No, we answered them all in the chat so far.
Yeah, okay. So there's 3 ways to get started, and I know some of you already have an account, but I might as well say it because there's going to be people watching the recording as well. So the first way is retail, and no one really does that because you pay 25% more. So if you like paying more, then that's what we recommend to do. So second option is much better. You pay wholesale, so you can pay a $35 fee, and that gives you your wholesale account. It's kind of like a Costco card for oils, and you get everything for 25% below the retail cost. And that's when you might already have oils or things like that, and you might just need to fill in your collection with a la carte oils. But the best way to do it, which is below wholesale, the way I did it, the way Amy did it, is with a starter package. And that is below the wholesale cost even, because doTERRA bunches all different oils together that make sense, all the top oils, and usually a diffuser. We'll show you those options right after this, and waives the $35 fee. So you're not paying that fee, and you're also paying below wholesale. It's just a much better value than anything else for getting started. And there's so many different options. Plus, in option 2 and 3, you get us guiding you every step of the way, giving you a wellness consult, which we'll talk about, and being there for oil checkups whenever you need them. So we'll talk, we'll chat, we'll answer your questions. We give you a welcome pack with stickers and all different goodies. And there's just a lot of value in it. You're also in our VIP page on Facebook that gives you access to that. We have content, like some great content every month, educational content. So there's definitely a lot of value there. There's all different packages, like we said. So the Healthy Start Kit saves you $25 off the wholesale cost, and that's $160. And it comes with the smaller bottles of oil. So this would be like a 5 milliliter smaller bottle, and then the larger one is the 15 milliliter. So which is the one next door, which is the Healthy Essentials. So the Healthy Start Kit comes with many of the oils we talked about today, like lavender, lemon, peppermint, tea tree oil, oregano, frankincense, deep blue, breathe, on guard, and digest then. And it comes with a little diffuser as well called the Brevi diffuser, which is really cute. And then the Healthy Essentials is my fave as far as the oil focused ones, because it has a bigger diffuser, and also for less than double the price, it has 3 times the amount of oil in these bottles. And if you're interested in more the calming, relaxing, emotional support oils, that's more focused on that. Instead of frankincense, it has balance, copaiba, and adaptive included in the Healthy Essentials one. So it just depends on what your focus is and what your budget is, obviously. Next, we have the Healthy Habits Kit, which is recommended by our Chief Medical Officer as great foundational nutrition, a great place to start. You save almost $76 off the wholesale cost. That's $195. And it comes with our 3-pack of supplements, which, by the way, has a money-back guarantee. So if you try them for a month and you don't feel any different, then just send them back for a full refund, send the empty bottles back, and no questions asked. I felt like I had Swiss cheese brain after I had my kids and they didn't sleep through the night, and it was a nightmare. And then I took these, it was like instantly my brain was like back, unscrambled, completely back. The holes were filled in. It was like, oh my God, where am I getting all this energy from? I can't even say enough good things about this one. Terrazyme enzymes and the probiotics come with it too, which is amazing. The deep blue rub for pain and inflammation. And then you also have lavender, frankincense, balance, lemon, and On Guard. So really great place to start for overall health. The Healthy Start was already on the other page, so I don't know why that's there again. And then Natural Solutions is the one that I got. Amy, did you get that one when you started? Yeah, that's the one that has like the creme de la creme that has, if you really want an overhaul of your, to have a more holistic lifestyle, this would be the choice. It has all those larger bottles of oils, and it has 3 or 4 more than all the other kits. And then it has shampoo and conditioner, and the supplements again, and the probiotics and enzymes, and the coconut oil, and foaming On Guard soap, and a really great diffuser and mouthwash, and the box to keep it in. Did I mention that? That's like the best thing ever. Everyone's always like, oh, I have them in a shoe box or whatever. I'm like, you got to get a box. You need a box. And then the Healthy Home Kit, if you're looking at making over your cleaning products and some of your other, other products, home, personal care products like shampoo. This is like a scaled down version basically, but really great option because it has a lot of those On Guard products that are naturally immune boosting, which everyone could really use these days. Comes with a lot of great oils as well, and a diffuser. So that's pretty much that, and you save $90 off the wholesale cost, and it's $350. The Natural Solutions I didn't mention is $570, but you save like almost over $250 off the wholesale cost. So obviously the bigger the kit, the more the savings. So, we always joke and say, no one ever said that they wish that they had gotten a smaller kit. They always wish that they got a bigger kit, because then when you start buying things a la carte, obviously it's more money. But if you get it in a package, it's a lot less. Now, perks for getting started tonight, or whenever you're watching this recording, which hopefully will be in the next day or two. Today is Friday, the 15th of May, but when you are watching this, let us know if you're interested in getting started. And you can get a free bottle of Citrus Bliss for any order over 100, which is basically any package. And if your order is over 300, you get a bottle of Adaptive as well. So that's a great deal. And then you also get to choose 5 of our roller bottle remedies that are pictured here. So this one's a drop of clarity. There's a drop of calm, a drop of rest. Hold on, I want to so anyway, so you get to pick 5, and that's also your gift for getting started. Then we just wanted to say we work with 3 different types of people. So one is someone that wants to live the wellness lifestyle, who we're going to help every step of the way, hold your hand through making these changes to your life and upgrading your health and wellness naturally. And then the second one would be people that want to share the products. So we have a lot of those people, especially now because it's so easy to share, to host a class and get your friends together. All you have to do is invite them to the class, and then we do the rest, like I said, and you get paid in products or in commission, depending. We would talk about the options. It's just a great way to get your oils for free and make some extra money these days, which I know a lot of people really need right now. And you could also just refer people to our classes and then make money and get free goodies that way. Option 3 is to build a business, earn an income. doTERRA just announced an amazing new program to make a lifetime percentage of the next billion that they bring in revenue. So that to me is worth working for the next year. Amy and I are going to work together and make this happen so that we can have adjoining beach houses like we've always dreamed of. We are on our way, and we have an amazing team and we have a lot of support, and so let us know if you're interested in going that route. So next page is, if you would like to host a class, we have a nice gift for you, which is an essential oil keychain. So you choose the 10 different samples that you would want to bring on the go with you. It's like a cute little pack, and so you basically have your natural first aid kit that you can bring with you anywhere. So if someone's nauseous in the back seat, if someone has a rash, whatever it is, you're prepared for it. So that is our gift. We give you one sample for every person that you bring to your online class or in-person class if we're ever in person again. So the next steps, if no one else has any questions, is you can, if you don't have an account right now, or even if you do and you want a copy of this presentation, feel free to text me or message me on Facebook and send me your email, and I'm happy to send you the presentation so you have it as a reference guide. Because I know sometimes when you take notes, it's just easier to have it all written out. Be on the lookout for our posts with our specials and everything after class, and we're going to announce the winner of our participation raffle afterwards. So the person that participated the most throughout the last few days in our group is going to get a prize, and they're going to get
a Fran in the running for that.
Yeah, Fran is definitely in the lead right now. I don't want to just give it away, but I need to look, but I think Fran's definitely in the running.
Now you got to step it up, girlfriend.
Start posting.
Start posting.
But see, she wasn't a part of the group, so she has an excuse. I just invited her last minute, like, hey, I'm supposed to talk on Monday. And I said,
I'm playing catch up though.
Yeah, exactly.
Credit for having her video on, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you and we'll send you the link to the actual group that goes with this. I sent you the Zoom link, but we have a group where we posted a lot of information leading up to it, and the Zoom link and the event and all that. So we will give you a chance to catch up. Fran, you might have to watch out. So we are offering a roller bottle of your choice from one of these remedies as your prize for the participation. And we're also going to pull a winner right now of everyone that's on. So let me just get my raffle tickets.
It's really
and Amy, tell me whose name to write down. So we got Fran, we got Dale.
We got Fran and Dale. Everybody else hopped off.
Everyone left? Oh my goodness, it's a showdown.
I know. Summer had to go, and I didn't see Sue or Heather hop off.
Oh, okay. Well, they already have accounts, so probably when we started talking about the different ways to get started.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well,
why don't you give it to Dale, since I already have an account?
Okay, and you know what? You'll get the participation prize, so you'll both get one.
Thanks, Fran.
You're welcome. That's a great idea, right? Because I was like, well, I have to make them both winners. I can't just choose one.
I was going to suggest that, but I didn't want to,
listen. I have a whole box of essential oils in the other room that I haven't really started using yet.
Oh,
so
like our next class, all about how to use the oils you already have.
Yeah, right. That's what I was telling Sue, I think, when she first came on. And I don't think you were on yet, Fran, that we're having a class on basically like dust off your bottles and ask us.
Right. I've got the box. It's practically still in the Amazon box, to tell you the truth.
Oh my God. All right. Well, you got to get them out. What's that?
I'm gonna put them in my own box.
Amazon.
In anticipation.
Okay.
And this way I can figure out what I think I need more of based on what you talked about today.
Okay, yes.
Because I know what my issues are.
And we can chat one-on-one too.
Yeah, I'm gonna need my wellness consult, I think.
Yeah, because you never had that. So.
I never had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fun.
And Fran's going to hopefully host a virtual class too. So
yeah, I'm going to reach out to some of the women I work with, and I'm just going to send a blast email out to women I work with, some friends from all over, and whoever wants to hop on, they hop on.
All right,
Awesome.
awesome. Wait, I'm
Yeah.
going to end the recording and then we'll say our goodbyes.
Okay.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, while you're ending the recording, I was gonna say to Dale, I have a group
Bye.